Well, here's ELRUSTO again. So I figured that there was in the same point as that there, which it should be, because these, all the suspension components of that are just, a little bit later model, and there's no reason to go fucking with everything. So, and the balance of the engine's the same, so the centre, anyway. So that one there should be in the same place. However, the distance from that one to that one is 5mm different, which is fine, in a way. So that one there needs to go 5mm forward, right? But, she's pretty solid, and, So what I'm going to do anyway is take that off. There's a weld there and a weld there, so find a small angle grinding disc or something, and use these instead. Right, so they're the ones that were on the later model car, like that, inside there, where I've just made these bloody holes so I can stick a crush tube up. But there's no way you can get this in through the cavity there. You just cannot. You can try putting the head up that way, you can get it into there, but then you can't get it around there, and then it gets too narrow up there, so you just can't do it anyway. So anyway, the older model cars had this nut welded on rather than the head of this thing welded straight to the body, or frame I should say. Well, uni body, whatever the fuck. It's fucking ridiculous, this unibody shit anyway. I mean, look, you've got rails that go the whole way down the car, the whole way to the bumper. Right, look at the size of those fuckers. Alright, they're a bit narrow right there, but honestly, fucking hell, if you can fold a car in half right there in an accident, mate, you'd have to be doing 70k an hour, not 100k over a bump. And by bump I mean a fucking whopping great big like hill, like a jump, right? So if you're doing 100k, your front wheels go up, your back wheels go up, and you land on the fucking downward side, the transition slope, rather than bottoming out. If you're only doing 70k over the whoop-de-doos on your motorbike or your car, you'll fucking bottom out, because your one wheel, well, two wheels won't hit the fucking transition, and the rear wheels don't even really take off. So you just, anyway, whatever, what the fuck am I talking about? Right, so you're never going to break a car in half there. But for some reason they'll fail you for rusting these sills, right? Now these sills are made out of nothing, right? They're purely cosmetic. If you pull the sill off inside there is metal inside that's very strong, but the actual outer layer on the outside, not this piece in here, is purely cosmetic. It's made of like 0.5mm steel, and they'll fail you on roadworthies on it. So this here I've replaced with 3mm steel, the whole fucking thing, right, whole way from up here, whole way back to there. And I didn't leave any maker's holes in it. I just fucking 3mm steel across there, and the box section across there, and it's like a 45-degree angle that goes, so there's like an inch or two that goes out there, and then like 3 inches that goes up there on a 45, and then it joins into the top. So all of that's been replaced with 3mm steel, because I like 3mm steel, because it doesn't fucking rust in fucking 2 years flat. So anyway, those ones there have to go 5mm forward, but they're not, because I'm just going to drill them out 5mm backwards. So yeah, I reckon welding that one will be good. And yeah, I had to buy some threaded rod. It's 12mm. All these threads are 12mm. Where's that going to focus? Well, look at that. Good focus. Well done, Huawei. So all these threads are 12mm, but the thread is 1.5, which is a little unusual. And good luck finding fucking high tensile studs that long. So this is M88, whatever it is, relatively high tensile. So I can make a few of them out of that pretty easy. So yeah, going to take those nuts off there and weld these nuts on there. I'll just leave those ones, they're fine, they're impossible to fucking get in there and unweld anyway. Is it going to focus? No, whatever. So yeah, so just weld one of them on there. Use my threaded rod. Up we go. I did think of putting a hex into this and making it into like a 27mm head, so you can turn the fuckers over and strip them in from the bottom, you see, something like that, because this bit here we're going through is I've bolted it in now, but anyway, we're going to the bottom side of that. So underneath here there's this washer like that, and then the head goes in there, so like that, upside down, so you know it comes up from the bottom. So I could just shape this into like a 27mm nut and just screw them in from the bottom. But anyway, whatever. You could do that if you were that budget you couldn't buy some fucking rod. Alright, there you go. Super budget advice. You heard it here first. Heard it here first. Whatever. Fucking New Zealand accents are great, aren't they? Can get away with saying fucking anything and no one really gives a shit what the fuck's going on. Yeah, nah, bro. Fucking Aussies appropriating our fucking language. So anyway, hey, focus, motherfucker. Here we go. I've got a lot to do. Alright, well, carry on doing some shit anyway. Good on you. Thanks for your applause, considerations, recommendations of fucking therapists.